been standing earlier today. How are you all? Thank you. Thank you. My name is Mark Miller. I am currently, some of you know me from YU. Some of you taking my class at YU. But I went to Lehman. Over the summer they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so, yeah, it was great. So sorry. But I will be back in the spring to do another alumni session at YU. I took the test in like 2006, 2007. Took the NASW. I passed it on the first try. I loved your point about Iowa. I'm from Ohio. I mean, it's the way I talk. And if anybody's been in my group, I digress. It's not necessarily, the rhetorical issues of this test are not limited to any ethnicity. New Yorkers cannot take this test. You can't understand me, and you can't take the test. So that's the truth. There are little words. What I always stress in my groups, and some people get it and some people don't, is you have to read. A woman sat in my office in Lehman College who just one point she failed by. And she said to me, I don't like to read. Because what I would tell you all to do as you're preparing for this is to get out your Hepworth. Almost every one of us use Direct Social Work Practice by Hepworth, Fruity, and Larson. Start at the beginning and at the end. Okay? Direct Social Work Practice is one of the biggest areas my students have always failed in. And I think that's probably accurate. Hillel Hirschbein actually came to YU for dinner right after I graduated, and he gave a lecture on test taking and how to fill out the application. That's really where I prepared for this exam. I don't think there's any silver bullet, but I do think that ASWD material is problematic for a lot of people. They have one book. The cheapest book you could buy to prepare is that $30 ASWD study guide. And if you actually start at the beginning of it and read through their recommendations, they tell you exactly what you've got to do. This test is not asking you for your opinion. Anybody that works with substance abuse knows your head is a dangerous place. And for this test, that is absolutely true. Nobody cares what you think. And if you've been with me, I've told you that 100 times. Right? And yet you go in and you don't do what I tell you to do. You do what you want to do. Okay? So, I only work with ASW material. The problem with ASW material is that you can only buy 50 questions. Okay? You can only buy 50 questions. Your school can grant 200 questions, which gets old really quickly because some of the 50 in your book are also the 50 that we can use in the classroom. You can't leave with that. They will sue us. Okay, that's the truth. They will sue. It's copyrighted and they're mean. So, but I met them. I went to CSWE this year, I went to the APM, and they believe that they write a master's level exam. They're testing for basic information. What most people get in trouble with on this test is, should means nothing to you. Should is a policy word. It means in 99 out of 100 situations you're going to do it. Most, you'll skip it every time. Least and first. Okay, you skip over that and you get the vignettes wrong. It's the vignettes that you fail. You don't put them in order. I know, I had to do it. I took the LCS, and ironically, I ran into Hillel on the 9th floor at YU about a month before I was going to take it, and I said, there's this question and I can't get it. And he said, rule out. The other piece to this is you have to really get your test-taking skills up to par, because it's really about eliminating the wrong. If you can get into 2 questions, you didn't read the question right, flag it. Don't even try to answer it. Don't second-guess yourself. Go back to it later on. Use your time well. You could, I had a woman this summer, honestly, who had every accommodation in the world. I mean, you should get accommodations if you qualify for them. But she had every accommodation in the world. She had 6 hours, she had a private room, she had a reader. She finished in an hour and a half, and she went to the bathroom twice. Because she worked through the test methodically. And that's really, it's believing in yourself, but also realizing that this test really does not have teeth. It is not a giant monster. It will not eat you. It is expensive. You're also, if you've waited to take this test, anybody who is planning to take this test in May, go with preparation. Don't go in there blindly. This isn't the SAT. Your score will not go up 50 points the second time you take it. It will probably go down the second time you take it if you don't go with any preparation. You don't want to go into this blindly, but you do want to take it as close to graduation as you can take it. But if you don't like to read, if you didn't do any of your readings in the first year, guess what? Now is a good time to get out all those books that you didn't sell and start looking through them. Because as much content as you can read, it's the spirit of the test. Remember that social work, if you read the Code of Ethics in the, oh my God, what's the intro called? The preamble of the Code of Ethics. The purpose of the profession of social work is to enhance the quality of the life of our clients. It is not to be punitive. It is not to be a policeman. We don't redirect in social work, not for this test. In the ASWD book, it tells you all of that. But it's hard to read it when you have a fear of the test. Anyway, if you're a Lehman graduate, you're welcome to come to our alumni. They will get in touch with me, but and invite you. I'll be in the fall. If I can give any help to you, of course I will help. But I don't know what else I can say except read.